We are here for a very special purpose.
Uh,
I'm going to let the host take it away.
I promised if Tom sold 50 books, I would do a reading of my story Unalive on air, live in a Lucha mask, which I obviously have not produced. So full apologies there. But yeah, we've got eyes on the camera today because I want Tom to sell more books. If you have not bought his Shieldbreaker saga, do so.
I've heard from people that I trust that it is a book.
It is a book.
And that it is printed in paperback. And I have heard other things as well.
I do not recommend fantasy lightly. I'm a fan of the genre, but it has to meet a very high caliber for me to care or get to the finish. Tom's book is one that I wholeheartedly recommend.
Thank you, brother.
So
greatly good. There are words, Vinny. That's not allegedly, James. The words actually exist. We know for sure that there are words. Hold on. I will prove. I will prove it.
Paragraphs,
even sentences, paragraphs, the occasional punctuation mark. A bunch of M
numbered pages.
A bunch of M dashes, because obviously I am an AI, and
that is the dumbest debate I think I've seen on AI in writing.
It's maybe my favorite one. It's my favorite one for the people trying to apply for jobs, but they can't because anytime you see an M dash in their resume, somebody's like, ChatGPT wrote their resume.
But it's being filtered out by bots and algorithms anyways.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which we love. This is how we want people to decide who gets jobs.
Who gets the work.
This is almost as good as the televised 24-hour news cycle open primary process.
Almost. I've had a panic attack or two as a satirist, just because I cannot come up with something more ridiculous than reality. So I'm a parody author now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That's why I am so very, very serious in my words on this in the actual writing, but then I try very hard to be as silly as possible outside of the page, because
I've no idea what that's like. That's a choice, Tom.
It's a weird one, and it's one that has taken me a long time to actually grow into and own. But
okay, so I'm going to give it
Unalive on air. Emil Ottoman, the editor, our editor.
Oh yeah. So this was originally sent into one of his autopsies. He put a lot of work on the line edit on this, of which I am extremely thankful for. I know he would have preferred a different ending, and I'm not sure if I disagree with him or not.
I love the ending.
We're going to give it a minute or so, let some more people collect, and then I'll get to it.
I don't think there's anything more awkward than walking into a reading 5 minutes after the person has started reading, and then having to sit there, A, pretending you were there the entire time, and B, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Which actually leads me to a nice little announcement that I can make here. Starting next Wednesday, this Wednesday, I've actually got a live interview with my dear friend Jordan Michael Hall from Up on the Prow, where we're going to talk about Shieldbreaker through a historical fiction lens as opposed to through a fantasy lens. But starting next Wednesday, I guess it's July 2nd or whatever day it is, I'm going to be doing live readings of chapter by chapter of book one. And
that's
either
fun.
you can be there live, which is great, or the recordings are going to fall behind the paywall for those wonderful humans who have subscribed and decided to throw down the support. But it will be fun to be like 14 minutes into a 28-minute long chapter, and like that one poor schmuck,
one straggler,
pops in at like 1:17 and is like, "Hi guys, I'm here. You all look great.
Right.
What are we doing?"
You're in the second act of your epic fantasy, and someone drops in for the first time.
Yeah.
It's a good time. No, I look forward to
that one poor random person who shows up for the first time in the middle of me reading chapter 7 and just 12 minutes late to the beginning of chapter 7.
Like, yes, I care about these characters. They good.
And bad.
Okay, guys. So while I'm reading, go ahead and debate amongst yourselves what my wrestling name is.
Yeah.
I suppose whoever is the loudest about it wins.
So that's Emil, probably, right?
Yeah, it's likely. Yeah. No, he owns the caps lock. And yeah, he helped edit this. For anyone who's jumping in, this is Unalive on air. And I am MP Fitzgerald.
Yes, you are.
Raw onion, bright soundstage, old trick. Jumping up and down because that's where the momentum is. Deep breath. The audience won't see me do it, but they'll feel it once the camera's rolling. Crying hides cocaine sniffles. Reach in your pants to rub the onion on your face one more time, and the pocket is wet from the onion bleeding out. Sell shit too. Fuck, my face is numb. Like to start the second you end your third jump. Get rambling, get selling, anticipating the hard thud of cold concrete floor on your feet, but the onion slips, flies right out of your hand. That onion, which could have been someone's lunch, the onion slips out of my hand and soars over the merchandise table, passes over the carousel presenting the merch as it's shooting across the entire soundstage, and hits Michael, the camera guy, in his fat fucking knee of all the goddamn places. Sticks on his pants, pauses, and oozes slimy down his leg. Same as the coke drip at the back of my throat. Fat Mike's all the way behind camera one saying, "What the fuck, Casey?" with his grubby hands up conducting a fucking orchestra. I need that onion to cry. Crying hides the cocaine sniffles. And it helps you sell shit too. Learned it from a blonde actress with 10 grand titty implants between sweaty takes out in Toronto. She'd cut a red onion in half so the juices flow, then huff it for subtle award-winning cries, or rub it back and forth on her eyelids for big dramatic weeping. Me? I need it for, I just got off the phone. Dad ate too many benzos and drowned in the tub of tears. Day-old yellow onion works best for me. It's gotta be pungent. Has to cut through the cocaine chem taste. I point at the damn thing, but fat fascist cameraman Mikey telling me no time. Live in 5. Before I can give him the bird, he's silently mouthing the rest of the countdown through his oily beard while signing each number as it goes 4, 3, 2, and on 1 the fat bastard flips me off. Script calls for, "Look at me, this memory has me in tears," because subtlety doesn't sell. But I'm saying, it's not mine, but it will stay with me like it is for a lifetime, and it can be yours. Not bad. Not great, though. Keep them guessing to keep eyes on the camera, but can't be a mystery for too long or they'll lose interest. Change the channel. You're going to want to slip this chip in the back of your skull and live what's inside faster than a virgin comes in a brothel outside of Reno. Fat Mike's shaking his head at that one. The more camera one hates it, the more the bottle love to hate it. We're selling the lived experiences of one of the greats. Reach in the dry pocket, and we're pulling out the .5, oh my God, single revolver so heavy your belt's got to be tight as shit to keep the pants from coming down. And I'm saying, welcome back to Buy Shit or Else. Slam the gun on the table. Camera's a viewer to the soul. Stare straight into it. America's only Russian roulette consume-utainment show. Hi, I'm Casey Schmidt. The onions rolled off Michael's shoe and towards you, stenching cheap cheeseburger smell up the whole stage. It's mocking me. Don't get distracted. Make do without it. Show the camera the bullet between two of your perfectly manufactured fingers. Ignore the shit-eating smile Fat Mike makes when you do. Hit the release to pop the revolver open and kiss the tip of the barrel. The only show where if you don't buy, I push the fat bullet into the tight cylinder slow. Penetrate the hole. I die. This whole shtick sticks better with the big cry. Tear-stinging red eyes and caking up stage makeup. Tapping by. Snot bubbles run down your puckered, quivering lips as spit is tossed out with a gun to your head, and the audience feels so bad for you they have no choice. Tapping by. But your snot's dripping back of your throat when it needs to be front and center. Skinny blonde actress in Toronto gave you the onion tip because you can't cry on command either. But the onion's laughing at you on the studio floor. Tears ain't happening, so you're not crying. Tap or die. Spit as I talk happens no matter what, though. Onion ain't got nothing to do with that. Hands on your hips with elbows out, that's a power pose. The idea is that you're postured to look assertive and feel confident because you're not. Inhale. We're selling the memories of the last living president before a bullet scrambled his brains. Jump up your chin, smile. Make Michael beg for it. The more the cameraman wants you to die, the more folks watching on their phones want to be you. 3 days' wage? You'll feel like you were the president. Pick up the gun and we're doing the two-step because the coke energy needs to go somewhere. Spin that nickel-plated cylinder. Selling don't work without time constraints. If the viewer has time to think, they'll think twice, and right now you need them to buy on impulse. Urgency is your second best tool, sure. But foreplay's better. Look past the camera wand to see the digital counter updating sales in real time. Inventory sells out at 2K. You live. But it's at 12. Snap the cylinder shut and watch the numbers jump up to 50. Make their eyes follow the gun as you place it down next to the carousel and let the shiny steel brush brain chip do a whole rotation under lit glass as you build tension by saying shit all. 50 jumps to 100, jumps to 200. Exhale. Script says, you deserve to fill your heart with patriotism. What's 3 days' wage compared to national pride? But my teeth have bottom lip between them, and they want to meet. Script says, be the first on your block to own a piece of history. But all you're thinking about, how the average human skull has a half a cup of blood inside it, and what that'll all look like if it's spilled. Fat Mike is licking his lip like this'll be the day you do it. Scramble your own brain. Look past and behind Mikey Boy to the large digital counter to see it has gone up to 203. And he might be right. Script says, act now, and we'll throw in a memory of the late president making sweet American God-given love to his glorious wife and first lady because you've earned it. You taste dirty gold wedding ring blood because you bit your lip too hard. Use it. This chip was so profound, I forgot to take it out, I tell, shifting my weight in my comfy luxury black leather shoes towards the spinning chip at the height of my crotch. This one here is not the one I demoed. Means there's no blank chip recording my own memories. With my Près de Provence branded milk lotioned hand, I pick up the gun. I press the muzzle to my temple. How I'm still not crying is beyond me. Means if you cock-mouthers ever want to buy a memory of me dying, you'll have to save my ass today and bye. Please work. Camera loser one's shoulder drops as the counter ramps up. Script calls for what steal this all is, what the price of assassination and POV First Lady ass fucking should be. But you're pacing back and forth instead. Silent, angry mime. Look past disappointed Mike and the numbers should be halfway, but they're stuck at 512. No one's had the big O yet. More foreplay? Product's not death of the tyrant anymore, it's death of a salesman. You handsome, straight-dicked bastard. You made the product you again. I gotta be front and center. You box jump on top of the table. Teeth swimming in blood and spit and coke snot, bottom of your lip aches from self-violence. Swallow it all and sit down. Nothing between you and the camera but the onion leaving a snail trail on the hard concrete floor. Kid on a swing kicking his legs back and forth is what you do because the cocaine is so goddamn pure. Pure. So white it's yellow pure. This is the part on the sales page where all of the buyers' testimonials would be. This pill saved our marriage. Now I'm harder than a priest at a kid's catechism. And it's organic, too. Instead, streaming live, you got a devilishly handsome me and a stand-in for the buyers, someone the seller can talk to that's pretty, can keep a secret, and says, gee, wow, isn't this perfect for Nana? Point is that you ease the buyer's doubt with social proof. Script calls for the skinny blonde actress to inspect the brain chip by placing her hands on her knees and bending slow-like till her bare cleavage is at product level and say, I'd pay big money for that experience. Emphasis on big. She turns her elbows to her 10 grand titties, mashing her melons right in the buyer's face. Right now, she's still in Toronto, isn't she? She's in Toronto, and I'm here to say, yeah, you can record my death and rewatch my skull shatter, but without a brain chip mapping a full record of every firing neuron, you won't get to know the good stuff. My thumb is so well manicured, you'd never know I bite my nails on my weekend. And my magnificent thumb pulls the hammer down. Like the skinny blonde actress's squished tits, I got the barreled level where I want you to look. My dilated eyes. Stuff like, did he shit his pants when he died? Stuff like, was he thinking about his wife and kids? My eyelids shut tight as locked doors and pulled the trigger. Fat Mikey silently mouths, damn it. The next one's gonna kill me. Brunette magician's assistants with a firm ass so round you want to stick your face in it taught me that the trick to knowing the bullet's spot when you play Russian roulette on yourself is to file down the little divot on the outside of the cylinder's edge where it's impossible to see. She showed me how to feel for the divot without being obvious and told me to always load the bullet there before her unwashed foot was in my mouth. I feel for the divot. Then I'm pulling the hammer again. If I can't find the divot, bullet's either at 6 o'clock at the hilt or 12 o'clock, I die. The audience isn't reacting because the numbers isn't jumping. 523, 524, 525. I can see it past Mike. The sales slowing. Jump down from the table, pace back and forth across the stage. Was I thinking about my wife as I fucked that pretty brunette Vegas girl with a nice ass, or was I thinking about that 10 grand titty skinny blonde actress? Rip says, I say, oh, who gives a fuck what it says? You've been working hard. Gun to my head, I say. You've been keeping up on all those subscriptions, sacrificing out work so that your little tykes, mine are named Brimbo and Sally. I hold my other hand out, flat, palm down at my waist to show Brimbo's height. He just started to read. Brimbo's small for his age, you know? Could be the numbers aren't high enough. Could be I sense my end is here and I can't help myself. And the script says that I'm a shit husband. The script says to confess my sins. The script says I don't get last rites from a priest, just fat fucking Michael behind the camera and a cold concrete studio floor for my brains to splatter onto while the viewers are playing, hey man, nice shot, at home. Could be the cocaine. You've been so hard at work to make sure your tykes can watch the Murder Muppets on the premium streaming. You can get something for yourself. You've earned it. Hell, you've been buying the most patriotic, historic artifact this side of the Enola Gay, and this part is important. You deserve to have the chance to buy a POV recording of my live streaming Unaliving. Can't piss off the ad buyers. You can turn a man's skull into red mist from a 50 cal bullet for the tykes to stream at dinner, but you can't say the S word. Make them hate you more because you're losing them. Too much mystery, too much action out of the gate. Michael's smiling. No need to check the counter. My bottom lip's not bleeding anymore, or I'm blind to the taste of wedding rings. Hammering the floor with my comfy leather shoes as I U-turn to more pacing. Feet feel sweaty. So do my hands. Gun's weight reminds me it's the bigger cock. Make them hate you as much as I hate me. I love my kids, I tell you. I love my wife, I plead. Can't find a filed divot anywhere on the cylinder under my chewed nails. Really, I do. And I loved her too, that skinny slut. I really did. Love the vodka with lemon. She'd sneak over to me before takes. The way she'd pat my head, tell me I was a good boy after I'd come, and that other bitch had to ruin it. Want to feel my gut-wrench heart drop and actually know how bad I feel. The guilt, the loathing, the heavyweight shame punching me in the stomach right now. Bye. It's the only way you'll know how much my life is in ruin. Bitch, what happens in Vegas stays in blah blah my ass, it does. Studio just so happens to hire that 20-something we were weak around one time because of that firm, juicy, nubile ass, and then they'll fly her out to perform magic tricks at a quarterly team building retreat, and she sees me googly-eyed for the only woman to ever pat me on the head and tells her, and of course, girls gotta stick together. I'd give in to the revolver's weight. It had to be done. A hand drops. My eyes sting. I didn't need that onion after all. I silenced them, of course I did, and you know what? To pop the revolver's muzzle up, pushing under my chiseled chin. Turns out those bitches told my wife before I made them disappear. Fat Mikey with his stained shirt, he's Frowntown. You better believe I'm thinking about which hiking trail outside Toronto I stashed their petite bodies. You better believe that you can too. Mike's looking at the floor, and I say, for just 3 days' wage, you can own the commemorative assassination and First Lady Sodomy POV brain chip package and be 112% sure I'll be thinking about where I buried the loveliest snitches in Canada next time. You want their families? You want their sweet old moms to have any semblance of peace? You'll buy now. Fatty Fat Mikey tells me the inventory's sold out. His eyes are on the floor. Me? I'm King Dick. Always am. Gun still under my chin, pointed straight through my brain and upward to God. I stick my tongue out at camera stupid. Flip Fat Mike off as I always do. Jesus shit Christ, I'm the greatest. But as I pivot to walk away, my expensive custom-made shoes slip on something wet. My weight comes out from under me and I'm falling. Right before I hit the ground face first, I see the onion that tripped me, that killed me. I bite through my tongue as my head hits the floor, muzzle still pressed under my chin, and I accidentally pull the trigger and Unalive on air.
Low mother fucking slap.
So that was a time.
That was a time, all right. Muppet Pendleton Fitzgerald III, everybody. And not a moment too soon because somebody just started yelling at me again. I love you all very much. Here, look, it's a book. If you don't have a copy of it, go get it. Go get it. I will probably find a way to put a link on the live video before this is, or at least underneath it. But shit, I am. That was everything I could have possibly. Oh, Garen, you two are in Seattle, both of you. Discuss. Be friends.
Gary.
All right, I gotta go.
Take care of you.
You're amazing. You all are wonderful. Everybody have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Go buy his book.
Yeah, go buy my book.